Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your weekly reading for the period of December 28th to January 3rd. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email or a DM and we can go ahead and set that up. Also, make sure you click on the video link below for your weekly extra, which will have exclusively your love, career, finances, and health. Let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Geminis? Geminis, for the period of December 28th to January 3rd, what do you see? What do they need to know to reach your higher ground? Become closer to universe and closer to divine through your messages. Any messages for Geminis? December 28th to January 3rd would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you for their greater good. What do you see? What do they need to know? What are the energies that Gemini passed out of prior to December 28th? We have the Ace of Swords in the upright. Make sure you check out my playlist. In there are my 2021 Sun Moon predictions. What is your ideal career based on your midheaven? And what is your compatibility with your partner's sun sign? Okay, we have the Two of Swords in reversed for energies to expect the week of December 28th. And then transitioning out of December 28th into the following week, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, let's get to it. So, Ace of Swords in the upright, energies prior to, you are very clearly seeing which way you're going to go. It's almost like a breakthrough moment, like, ta-da, I know what I'm doing, I know how I'm doing it. The thing I like about the Ace of Swords is it's very cathartic. It's a sword. It's almost cutting out from whence you came, so to speak, and moving forward in your own power, in your own truth, triumphing and having victory over what you came out of, and like just carving a path in a direction you want to go and being very clear about it. So that's very good. Two of Swords in reverse, we kind of come upon, it seems like in your path, difficulties, so to speak. You're going to be, as you go along, you're going to be confronted with something and you're going to have to figure out what you're going to kind of do about it. You're not going to want to do anything about it because usually the Two of Swords in reverse has negativity associated with it. It has mental confusion associated with it. It has too many things getting thrown at you at one time and not knowing which way to go. So having huge difficulty deciding. But Two of Swords for me is always that it's not really a decision you can put off. The decision is up to you, and it usually has an ultimatum associated with it, a timeline, something of that sort. And if you do not move forward and kind of make the decision, then what will happen is the decision will be made for you, negative or not. It's going to happen. So I often say with the Two of Swords in reverse, it's better to take your own power and, make the decision. At least that's giving you something, right? In kind of doing that. Seems like it works out really well. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is how you move out of this week. And I feel like whatever decision you did, for some of you, I feel like you opted, one of the things that allowed you to make the decision or tip the scale one way is looking out for your practical stuff. So the practicality in regards to your family, for instance, practicality in regards to paying your bill, having a stable roof over your head, something in that regard. And I feel like that's what made you decide one way rather than the other. Maybe the other would have been a little more riskier, and the option that you chose is something that was a little more traditional, maybe a little bit more sedate and boring, so to speak, or sedentary. I have to see that word in order to pronounce it, but I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. But you're thinking in the long term. So I think what you did was say to yourself, okay, I have these options ahead of me. What's going to protect me in the long term? What's going to protect my family in the long term? What is going to be the rock which we're going to stand upon? And I think that's what allowed you to decide the way that you were going to kind of go on this. Why is the Ace of Swords here in the upright for Geminis? Who's this person? What's this energy? It doesn't necessarily have to be for family. It could just be for yourself to make sure that you're taking care of for the long run. Why is the Ace of Swords here in the upright for Geminis? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Ace of Swords in the upright. Okay, the Five of Wands in the upright, the Knight of Pentacles in reversed, and the Magician card. So I feel like whatever you decided to do, whatever direction you decide to go in, there was competition or rivalry associated with it. It could have been a job interview, something that you were kind of going for, and other people wanted it too. So whatever it was, I get the sense other people want it too, and other people were fighting over it to get it. And you kind of threw yourself in there, and you kind of competed in this rivalry, and I feel like you ended up getting it because you actually are the one that I ended up moving ahead. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, what I'm kind of getting from that is that this was a little bit it had some risk involved with it. The Knight of Pentacles in the upright is like, no way, I don't need a risk, we don't need to do that, but I think you kind of threw yourself out there and said, well, let's kind of see how this is going to go. It's the only thing that's going to kind of put me ahead, and it's the only, some risks are worth taking, I feel like. So rather than sticking to what was practical and traditional, you kind of did that. Had a little adventure, and the Magician card in the upright indicates that in doing that, this is manifesting new things for you. It could be in terms of financial things, in terms of anything. In fact, I mean, the Magician is when you pretty much use everything you have at your disposal, which it appears that you did, to make something new for yourself, to move forward in regards to something, to make something happen, to make magic for yourself. So, and that's indicative too with the Ace of Swords. So you definitely, like I said, used everything to your advantage, everything that was at your disposal to put yourself ahead of everybody else. I'm still getting that was a job or something that maybe you were, or an account, a contract you might have been going for. I'm not getting so much that it was a suitor, but that's what I'm kind of getting. So as you move forward, then the decision comes upon you. So just kind of moving forward wasn't the easiest part. There's some sort of struggle going on, some sort of test that you need to figure out. The Five of Pentacles can be a financial struggle, an emotional struggle, a test of your resources, feeling left out, feeling lonely, poverty hovering over you. It can be anything in that regard. Usually it is practically something that is challenging you from a practical sense. Strength card in the upright is a card of Leo, so this is you kind of pulling on your inner resources that you have, your inner strength to kind of persevere and push through this, knowing that it is a challenge. I'm wondering if there's somebody who you're having a problem with, or somebody's having a problem with you. Three of Pentacles in reverse to me is usually when it's some kind of work situation, a collaborative situation, more than one person's involved, co-parenting, teamwork, anything like that, and somebody's not fitting in. So either there's a person that's just causing problems and is not working well with the vision that other people have in mind, or the other people aren't considering what you're bringing to the table. They aren't valuing what you have and what you're bringing to the table. So I almost wonder if you knew what direction you were going in, and once you kind of get in the situation, this is the stuff you're encountering along the way and the decisions that you kind of have to make. This is going to be me talking in very general terms, so however it applies, feel free to post up, because I always read all of your comments. I'm always enthralled by them. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here in the upright for Geminis as they move out of the week of December 28th? Who's this person? What's this energy? Okay, so you did make a decision, like I said, that was long-term, that was practical, but you still, with the World card in reverse, it still to you wasn't what you thought was the ideal situation. Okay, so it could have been better. You feel like it could have been more solid, but you were only given so many choices. You were only given so much to work with, and you had to choose. And whichever one you choose was the better of what do they call it? The lesser of two evils. But just because you did that, just because it was the easier thing, or just because it was the thing that made the most sense, because it had the least negatives to it, doesn't necessarily mean that you're okay with that. And the World card in reverse indicates to me that you kind of feel like it's not quite as tied up as you would kind of like it to be. But with the Empress card in the upright, I see you kind of making the best of it. That is, a card with Taurian influences, and the Emperor's card is just trying to make home very comfortable. I keep on feeling like whatever you did it for the family, or loved ones, or what have you, or for your home, to make your home comfortable. And you gave up whatever the other option was. I don't know what that was, but the other thing wasn't, and this is you. So just when I said that, gave up the other thing, I think that that's where the World card in reverse is almost lost. Like you're feeling like you didn't do this as well as you could have. You did the best with what you had, but it still wasn't the best that you could have done. And that's what I'm getting with you guys. Okay, so right, does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, and I mentioned this was Leo in the card of Taurus, right? Yeah. Okay. But that's what I'm kind of getting. You're like, oh, it could have been so much better. And try not to dwell too much on that. See how he's kind of leaning over these spilled cups, and he's like, wow, I wish this had been better. I wish it had ended up better. I wish I had. But you have these 2 cups behind you. Hello, work with those. Turn around and work with whatever's behind you. Don't keep on dwelling on whatever this is, because there's no point in doing that. I feel like it ended as well as it could end, so just work with that and move forward. So yeah, that's what I have for you all. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email or a DM. Otherwise, click on the Vimeo link below for your weekly extra, which will have your love, your career, your finances, and health in there. Check out my playlist. 2021 Sun Moon predictions are there. What is your ideal career based on your midheaven? What is your compatibility with your partner's sun sign? Ask me a question on Instant Go, and check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, I'll see you in the Vimeo. Adios, Gemini. Bye.